For a long time, I have been urging people to vote for a third party. Because why? We've got these two parties that haven't done anything for years. All they do is sit around and bicker and pretend to do things. All it is talk, 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 and no action. But they waste everybody's money and time. But I want to put it to you in one very good perspective. We've got this situation with immigration. We've got this situation with these soldiers who were killed in Syria. We've got these politicians who never do anything. They just talk. Oh, Biden says, and I want to qualify. I'm not in favor of Trump, obviously, if you've seen my other videos, but I'm not in favor of the Democrats either because they're all part of the same mafia. Okay, and they all just sit around and talk. Oh, I've decided what to do. Well, fucking do it. Don't talk about it. Fucking do it. Act. Okay? With the border, act. With the Jeff Epstein case, act. We got the Supreme Court too. It's not just the politicians in Congress and the executive branch. It's the judicial branch. Because we got these bought and paid for judges on the Supreme Court, like Clarence Thomas, who's obviously corrupt, and his ugly fat wife, obviously corrupt and bought and paid for. They won't make a fucking decision about whether or not Donald Trump should be on the ballot, which obviously anybody with half a brain knows after you've read the 14th Amendment, Donald Trump should not be on the ballot. And so I'm fully expecting the Supreme Court to deny him access to the ballot and to kick him off every ballot in all the 50 states. Otherwise, there is no rule of law in my country. There's no constitution being respected. And all of the judges on the Supreme Court should be removed. If they're not going to respect the Constitution, which is what gives them their authority, then they need to be removed. But let me get on to this. I'm going to explain it to you in very simple layman's terms, okay? Since the time of Andrew Jackson and the Whig Party, all we've had is Democrats and Republicans. Now wait a minute. Mankind or human beings, whatever you want. We don't want to get sexist here. Gender equality, mankind, womankind, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Fucking A. But human beings are so variable. They are so taciturn. We don't eat the same food every day. We don't drink the same drink every day. We can't even sleep with the same partner our whole lives. We can't do anything the same our whole lives. But somehow since 1860, we voted for the same two political parties our whole lives for 165 years. That's called voter fraud. That's called vote fraud. That's called electoral fraud. Okay? Because it's not possible that could happen. Just like it's not possible in Mexico that they would have one party since 1919 until the year 2000, the pre-party. I'm telling you, the human being is not able to make anything the same his whole life or her whole life, but somehow we elected these parties our whole lives. Bullcrap. People, wake up. Get rid of the Democrats and the Republicans. They're bought and paid for by the same corporations. All you have to do is look up the Sunpack Oil Law of 1974. The same political action committees pay for both parties' campaigns. And who are part of those political action committees? Coca-Cola, IBM, whatever big corporation you want to name. They're all behind these candidates, paying for them. Bought and paid for. And the poor corporate paid media like Sinclair Media Group, Broadcast Group. I mean, how do we have 70% of the media controlled by one family in the United States? That's just ridiculous. Obviously something is very wrong. And the average citizen, especially the ones who are Republicans without any college degrees or any freaking knowledge or wisdom, the MAGA idiots, they're being fucking suckered into believing this crap. Election cycle after election cycle, when they need to wake up and fucking start thinking for themselves and not let Coca-Cola or McDonald's decide who's their politician and what their politician's going to do. I mean, really, people, Donald Trump should not be president any more than Joe Biden should be president next time. Okay? We need to have a new party. We need to have a third party. We need to have a slightly different form of democracy, like in Greece, what's in Greece today. The Greeks were ahead of everybody thousands of years ago when they instituted democracy. And now, still today, they're ahead of everybody because why? They have what's called direct proportional representational democracy, which means if 6% of the vote went to the Green Party, that means 6% of the Congress is green. Okay? They have to form coalition governments in order to have a president representing all the people, not just some of the people, not just the part that won. Come on, people, wake up. I mean, you're being tricked, and you're being tricked by a secret society that's ruling your lives and making you buy certain products and making you watch certain things, and you aren't even aware of it. That's what's the most disturbing part. And just like in Mexico, Mexico and the United States needs to get rid of their form of government and scrap everything and go back to the drawing board and start new. There's no other solution. Otherwise, we're always going to be controlled by this secret society that's trying to screw everybody over for their own benefit so they can stay on their yachts and play tennis and play golf and have people like Donald Trump represent them. Because Donald Trump doesn't represent me. He doesn't represent anybody else either, really, except for corporate elite. Get rid of Donald Trump. Make sure he's not on the ballot. Get rid of the Supreme Court justices if they don't make the right decision. Get rid of the people in Congress who are on Jeff Epstein's list. And get rid of the Democrats, too. Get rid of both parties. And don't let any political action committees influence the vote of anybody anymore. Get rid of all that whole system. Scrap the whole 1974 Sunpack oil law. It's bogus. Leopold Richard Bamberger Aloysius is reporting to you on the state of politics in the United States and Mexico today.